What's up guys, Aaron here with the Lean and Mean Academy, and in today's video we're going to talk about how to build a cheap roof washing setup. Frankly, I don't recommend you build it. If it's cheap, I recommend you buy it, okay? And just FYI, for those of you guys who want to sell high ticket jobs in your service business, click the link in the description below. It's a rather popular PDF at this point. I think a few thousand people have this PDF right now. It goes over 3 mental hijacks that I use to sell high ticket jobs in my business every single day. It's not everything, okay? It's not comprehensive. It's not including all sales techniques ever. But these 3 techniques you can use on site today to sell higher ticket jobs wherever you are. Let's get to it. That's a deal.
To get started in the pressure washing business.
What's up guys, Aaron here with the Lean and Mean Academy. Welcome back.
3, 2, 1.
And we're trained inside of our minds subconsciously.
Look at that. Number 1. Hey! Hey! What are you doing, man?
What's up guys, Aaron here, and today we're talking about how to build yourself or buy yourself a cheap roof cleaning setup. Now look, I have to caveat this with I recommend it being a temporary fix. Here's why. The setup I'm going to show you, which is right here, is subject to just rotting away whenever you start putting highly corrosive chemicals like bleach through these pumps, and the sincere fact that it's going to be very hard to flush these pumps, and no pump, no matter what anyone tells you, is built for bleach. It may be reinforced, but bleach eventually wins the day in the end. So let's talk about a cheap roof setup. What I recommend you do is find a sprayer, okay? Find a sprayer somewhere. And like this at Northern Tool, it doesn't have to be Northern Tool. It doesn't really have to be anything magnificent. This pump is, what's the 2.2 gallons a minute, next to nothing. All right, so but if you put a longer hose on here than what it comes with, which is this guy, just build a longer hose. You can basically run it from the ground with a sprayer that it comes with, and you can start coating it. Now here's the problem. All right, you got this tank right here, okay, and this tank you're gonna have to batch mix. Now, a lot of guys batch mix in the industry, and one of my better days in my business was the day that I got a proportioning blending type system that I didn't have to continually batch mix. Here's why. Batch mixing is gonna require that you put your bleach in here and your water in here all at one time. Now, I don't love using a whole lot of water, because what I found is if I'm batch mixing and the batch ratio is not powerful enough to get the algae off of the roof, what you run into is an issue that is kind of unfixable with that batch. Now you can continually coat it, right? You can do that, and you can leave it in a natural dwell time and allow, you know, just the rain or whatever to blow it off, which would be fine. A 50-50 mix will probably get you there. I like 75-25 because I like spraying lava. And I like doing it one time, and I like knowing where I've been, and I like knowing that it's dead. And I do not like callbacks from user error. I cannot stand it. So once you coat it, I recommend leaving it and letting the client know that it needs to dwell. The longer that it stays up there, the better. After you get a good rain, good wind, some of the crusties in the industry, they're gonna, you know, probably give this a dislike. I really don't care. They want to rinse it off and do all this stuff. Well, frankly, if you put in any type of pressure on a roof, that is against code and against the shingle manufacturer's suggestions. So that's why we don't put any pressure up there. We can spray it up there very gently with one of these sprayers or our current soft washer. But after that, we like to leave it up there and let it do its thing. If you want to get a cheap roof cleaning setup, get you one of these guys from Northern Tool or Home Depot. I don't know, wherever they sell them. This is probably like a 25 gallon something like that. The bigger the better, but frankly, if you're gonna start getting into that range, you need to, you know, start getting into a real system with a real 12 volt that's, you know, 5 to 7, 8 gallons a minute and is able to pump it out. You know, truthfully, over time, I like 12 volt systems more than I like air systems and more than I like booster pump systems, and here's why. My brother has an air system. It's given him nothing but problems since he got it. Some guys don't have any problems with it. That's just what I've witnessed. As far as 12 volt, I can shoot a solid 30 foot with it, hit what I need to hit, and if it goes down, it's a $200 fix. It's a consumable to me in my books, and I really don't care. I'll just go basically buy another one, have another one in the shop, have another one on the truck, replace the dude. I've got all garden hose fittings, so everything is very universal for that reason, and we're back up and cleaning the next day. Truthfully, if your booster pump goes down, you have to take it apart, you have to rinse it, you have to clean it. Now look, there's pros and cons to everything. That booster pump's going to shoot close to 40, 50, 60 feet, okay, depending on where you are and the elevation, blah, 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 blah. Do all the math, I don't care. It's going to shoot that far, and it's going to obviously have a little pressure on the back end that it can be a bit abrasive and can, you know, kind of rinse with a pretty good pressure, and not a lot of pressure, but more than a 12 volt to actually rinse some of this and agitate some of this algae off of gutters and stuff like that. So that's the allure to, you know, that booster pump. But a booster pump's, you know, the whole setup, the one I would want would be, you know, $5,000 to $6,000 for the whole deal, everything built out. I don't want to go building on a booster pump. So that's why I use 12 volt. It's 200 bucks. It gets you in the game, and you're able to kind of gradually build. And to me, I really haven't come across an issue where I wished I had something else. That may happen, but over the course of about two and a half years now, that hasn't happened. So I'm going to continue using the 12 volt system. And if you're wanting to build yourself a cheap roof cleaning system, dude, just go buy one of these. Get a much longer hose than what comes with it. Just get something that hooks up to the back end of this, you know, I don't know, whatever. It's got a little hose barb right here. Check this out, a little hose barb. Plug it in there and go to town. Now, what you're gonna run into is you're gonna run into the flushing, man. Like if you don't use that whole batch, which inevitably you're gonna leave some, you're gonna have to drain it out. It's gonna get everywhere. It's gonna piss you off. It's gonna get all over your clothes, all over your hands. Unless you're just extremely careful, which I never seem to be able to be. And it's gonna start pissing you off, the fact that you're having to do so much transition and so much, you know, unloading of the thing, all right? Then you're gonna have to fill it back up with water, rinse it out, flush the pump. Whereas in this machine right over here, look at all that sealant. Good God, it's a trash heap back here. Here we go. All right, well, this rickety ass build out, let me see. Oh no, you need the Ferrari, man. If you don't have the Ferrari, then you're not rolling right, man. Like it's all bullshit, dude. It's basically, does the thing run? Does it get the job done? If it gets the job done consistently, you have to get rid of the dignity of thinking you need the Ferrari all the time. The fact that we think so much about these little nitpicky things that don't move the needle for your business is the problem. The problem is the flinch, okay? It's ruthless, but be very compassionate with yourself in this regard, to know when you're bullshitting yourself and know when you're trying to pretty every single thing up instead of making a move and making it happen. And look at this dude. This little blend module sucks from the big tank, goes right in this little 12 volt dude right here. See this? Boom, goes out that hose reel. Everything can be disconnected in a heartbeat, okay? That's not a cheap roof cleaning setup. To some people, it's a cheap roof cleaning setup. To me, anything more than that starts to become overkill, because that thing works every single day of the week, no questions asked, all right? It does it. It's gonna pop on tomorrow because I flushed the hell out of it. When we're talking about this dude, this guy, this is your cheap setup, but keep it as long as you have to, okay? That's why it's still here, because I used to do driveway sealing with this dude. I used to spray this water-based sealant through this guy, and I never actually used it for a roof cleaning setup. But you can, and you just gotta get a little 12 volt battery, a little lawnmower deep cell battery, okay? So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video about how to build yourself a cheap roof washing setup. The key is, don't build it, buy it, run it, get a couple grand, 3-4 grand, okay, with this little tiddlywink, and then go buy yourself a legit one. Upgrade. The key with this, guys, and I see this all the time, guys who get this money and then they're going and spending it on some damn Nitto grapplers. Alright, you gotta calm down with that. Alright, you gotta calm down on spending on boats. damn shit, I'm buying a new turbo. I'm getting a new turbo on the damn 7.3. And gonna go buy a damn mini dirt bike over here. That's what I'm gonna go buy. No, do not buy that shit. Alright, go get yourself a legit roof cleaning rig to where you can start making thousands of dollars very quickly. Okay, because truth be told, this thing is it's gonna cause you some heartache. It just is. Batch mixing sucks. Alright? But the truth is you can get it done. You just have to go out and get that money. Okay? Go out and, like my boy over at Forever Self-Employed, work hard, hustle hard, and go get this money. Okay? Give this video a like, comment, subscribe. I hope you guys are kicking ass. What is it? October. Kicking ass, dude.